If the first thing that comes to mind when you think of a summer vacation is a crowded beach, loud music playing, and unintentionally being in sync with the person on the next sunbed, this video might not be for you. But if what you're looking for is this, a pristine, empty cove with turquoise waters where you can be alone with the sound of the wind and the gently lapping waves, then you're in the right place. Now sit back and let us show you the hidden paradises of Turkey that you won't easily find on maps. Forget those familiar crowded beaches and the comical battles for a patch of sand to lay your towel. In this video, we are going to a place where you can't drive your car right up to the front, nor will you hear the noise of popular spots. This journey is towards hidden coves, known only to adventurers and those truly seeking peace. This is not actually a holiday guide, but a complete escape plan. A discovery trip that will refresh your soul and remind you of how many untouched beauties still exist in Turkey. On our route, there are those special places where nature has preserved itself in all its purity, accessible either by boat or by a path that makes you wonder, thoughtful, will this road ever end? Take your water, some snacks, and most importantly, your sense of curiosity with you, because the places you will see shortly might completely change your next vacation plans. Excited? If you're ready, let's head to our first stop. Our adventure begins in the world-famous, yet equally mysterious corner of Fethiye, Butterfly Valley. You may have heard its name and seen its photos, but rest assured no picture can fully capture the moment you feel while gliding between those massive cliffs on a boat. Reaching here is an adventure in itself. You hop on one of the boats departing from the lively beach of Ölüdeniz and, accompanied by the majestic view of Babada, you embark on a journey of about half an hour. At that moment, the boat suddenly enters between two giant canyons, and at that instant, your connection to the outside world seems to be cut off. You find yourself in a completely different dimension. This is a first-degree natural site, which explains how the valley has managed to preserve its unique texture. When you land on the shore, you are not greeted by luxury facilities or chic cafes. On the contrary, there is a simple establishment that is completely in harmony with nature. If you want to stay, you either set up a tent or stay in wooden bungalows. Because the essence of Butterfly Valley is not luxury, but simplicity. The true wealth lies in its magnificent nature, which is home to over 80 butterfly species, giving it its name. If you want to see the famous tiger butterfly, you must take a quiet walk along the path that extends into the valley towards the waterfall. Words are not enough to describe its sea. We can say it's the purest form of turquoise. The moment you step into the water from the pebbly beach, the crystal-clear water embraces you and deepens within a few steps. The steep cliffs surrounding you for 350 meters provide you with both an incredible sense of security and a remarkable feeling of isolation. The only sound you hear while swimming here is the melody of the waves and the occasional bird calls from the valley. After swimming all day and reaching the icy waters of the waterfall in the valley, you realize that peace is actually this simple. There is only one rule: respect for nature. This valley is like a living monument reminding us how generous nature has been to us, yet how sensitive it is. After the enchantment of Butterfly Valley, our route is again in Fethiye, but this time to a place with a completely different spirit: Kabak Bay. This is not a place for luxury hotels, but a destination for free spirits, yoga enthusiasts, and those who want to connect with nature. Reaching Kabak is an adventure in itself. You first reach Faralya village, which is at the top of Kabak, by taking the minibuses that depart from Fethiye. The main event starts here. You have two options. Either you will walk down the steep and rocky path that takes about half an hour, which requires good physical condition, or you will use the services that turn into off-road beasts on those roads for a certain fee. If you choose to walk, the turquoise view shimmering below takes away your fatigue with every step. When you descend to the cove, you are greeted not just by a beach, but by a lifestyle. Scattered around are campsites, wooden houses, hammocks, and casual yet incredibly welcoming places. Kabak has a unique aura. No one cares about anyone else. Everyone is in their own world, as if they have adapted to the rhythm of nature. The beach is pebbly, but the color and cleanliness of the sea are still enchanting. Since it is surrounded by pine forests, you experience every shade of green and blue at the same time. Life in Kabak is not just about the sea and the sun. The real adventure is on the hiking trails around. The most famous one is Aladere waterfall, which can be reached after about an hour's climb, and the small pond it creates. After such a climb, the joy of immersing yourself in the icy waters of the waterfall is truly priceless. In the evenings, Kabak Cove transforms into a completely different place. People gathering around campfires, those playing guitar, those chatting under the stars. Here, time seems to flow more slowly. Kabak offers you an experience where you are in everything, rather than an all-inclusive holiday. Leaving behind the bohemian spirit of Fethiye, we are heading to Kaputaş Beach, hidden on that famous winding road between Kaş and Kalkan. Now a star of social media, but still retaining its beauty. The thing about Kaputaş is that it suddenly appears before you. While driving along a winding road, at a bend where a massive canyon opens up to the sea, an unbelievable turquoise color appears. At that moment, it's impossible not to hit the brakes and pull over. The beach is quite far down from the road, and to reach this beauty, you have to descend the famous staircase consisting of approximately 187 steps. These stairs are somewhat like a test of patience, but with each step, you get a little closer to the view waiting for you below, and you become more excited. When you land, you find yourself inside a postcard, a beach of golden sand and pebbles, and the sea's unique turquoise color. The secret of this color is that the cold, fresh water coming from underground mixes with the sea right at this point. This gives the sea its phosphorescent, vibrant color. The beach, which used to be completely untouched, now has a small facility owned by the municipality. In other words, you can meet your basic needs like showers, toilets, and a cafe. However, this facility is positioned in a way that does not harm the natural texture of the beach. But if you enjoy playing with the waves, the beach turns into an amusement park in the afternoon. Despite its popularity, it is one of the rare places that manages to maintain its wild and untouched beauty, leaving people in awe every time. After the Mediterranean, we turn our route to the Aegean, to the hidden sanctuary of those escaping the crowds of Çeşme and the noise of beach clubs. This place is far from the ostentatious atmosphere of Alaçatı, a completely natural, raw, and sculptural beauty. Delikli Beach. Reaching Delikli Beach also requires a bit of effort. After passing Alaçatı port, you will encounter a road with few signs, which is unpaved and bumpy. When you find yourself wondering, did I take the wrong road? Don't turn back, because the end of the road holds a real surprise. When you park your car and walk over a few hills, the view before you is very different from the Aegean coasts you know. White rocks, sculpted by the wind and waves, and the famous rock with a hole in the middle that it is named after. This place is a step beyond the no facilities concept. It's a place with the nothing at all concept. Neither a facility, nor a toilet, nor a shower, nor a shade. When coming here, you must bring everything yourself, from your water to your umbrella, from your food to your trash bag. In fact, this is the best part of Delikli Beach. Because of those who are willing to make this preparation, the cove generally manages to remain calm and pristine. The sea of the cove is a bit colder compared to the general area of Çeşme, guaranteeing a perfect cool-down. Swimming in front of the white rocks, especially passing through that hole in the rock, is a unique experience. This place is not only for swimming, but also a natural studio for photography. Delikli Beach reminds us that nature is the greatest artist, and that the most beautiful things sometimes appear in their simplest and rawest form. While being so close to Çeşme's vibrant life, Make sure to add this wild beauty, which manages to be so disconnected from it, to your list.
Just like that.
The otherworldly charm of Butterfly Valley, the free spirit of Kabak, the breathtaking turquoise of Kaputaş, and the raw beauty of Delikli Beach. These hidden corners of Turkey are waiting to be discovered, and most importantly, preserved. We hope this little tour has inspired you for your next vacation plan and encouraged you to change your route from those crowded beaches to one of these hidden paradises. Now the ball is in your court. Is there a hidden paradise that you think should definitely be on this list? Maybe one of those special coves that only a few know about, and we don't. Share it with us in the comments so we can chart the route for our next adventure together. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video for more explorations like this. See you in the next adventure. Take care.